Greetings LEGO fans, and welcome to Retro LEGO, where we revisit and rank the sets and beloved LEGO themes from the past. Today, we jump right back into LEGO Pirates with its 6th year, 1995. After the seismic shift introduced with the Islander sub-theme the year before, LEGO took it a bit easier with this wave, giving us 4 mid-size sets, all based on land, that focus on clever play features and world building rather than radical new elements and character introductions. This was also the final year in the theme that was led by the original team of designers that started in 1989, making it something of a beginning of the end for a theme that, as it turned out, only had 2 more years after this left in the tank. So, find a good hiding spot and let's explore the jolly old year of 1995. Taking the bottom spot for this year is set number 6263, Imperial Outpost. Retailing for $27.50, this set may be taking last place for 1995, but don't let that fool you, as it's actually a really strong set. It's easily the best Imperial-based set since 1992's Imperial Trading Post, and it gives me a similar vibe to Lagoon Lockup from 1991. Which is a set I adore. The typical inclusions for a set like this are all here. A jail cell, this time with an interesting brick-built door, has a particularly eccentric way of opening from the front, while the back doors remain securely locked. A dining area in the center is a perfect place for soldiers to kick back. While a red rowboat stands by for water-based excursions, a rotating cannon is provided for defense, and a large Imperial flag waves proudly from the top. The Imperials are also not shy about hiding treasure themselves, as a secret compartment under the walkway conceals a handful of coins. Sadly, this was the last time we'd see the classic white and yellow Spanish colonial architecture in this theme, putting an end to a tradition we had enjoyed all the way back to the El Dorado Fortress in Pirates' debut year. A trusty classic palm tree stands on the shore, and the 4 pirate sets of this year are the first to use this 4x4 round corner brick in yellow, giving more curve to the beaches in these sets. The outpost is populated by 4 minifigures, all of whom are characters we've met before, including First Mate Rummy, 2 Imperial soldiers, and Admiral Woodhouse, who we hadn't seen in 3 years at this point. Strangely, he's robbed of his regal feather plume here, making this version of him set exclusive and a bit less valuable than his more decorative iteration. This set is yet another example of a strong mid-size offering in this theme. Not mind-blowing or particularly innovative by any means, but delivering a set that feels familiar, competent, and, as it would turn out, final. Coming in at number 3 is set number 6254, Rocky Reef. Hitting shelves at $15, this may appear on the surface to be yet another basic treasure stash for a lonely pirate, but it's so much more than that. Rotating this patch of unassuming sand will not only reveal a fully loaded treasure chest hidden underneath, but will also slide open this rock face, revealing a sight that's certain to scare any would-be thieves away: the first appearance of a skeleton in LEGO Pirates. Given how connected skeletons are with the imagery commonly associated with pirates, it's genuinely surprising how few actual skeletons we got with this theme, seeing as how this minifigure was introduced in this year with these and the Royal Knight sets. All-time classic minifigure aside, this play feature is one of the most satisfying in the entire Pirates theme, and it completely delighted me as I tried it for the first time. If this jump scare proves a bit too much for these scallywags, there's a rowboat included for them to make a quick getaway and recover their dignity. This hauntingly fun set includes 3 minifigures, the skeleton of course, and 2 pirate crewmen who we've seen many times over at this point. Rocky Reef doesn't just rest on the laurels of successful hidden treasure sets of the past, but makes itself one of, if not the very best one in the whole theme. The runner-up is set number 1788, Treasure Chest. Originally retailing for $22, this set marks the final appearance of the Islanders in the classic Pirates theme, which is really a shame. The scene portrayed here is a remote pirate fortress, as indicated by the flag flying on top, that is likely very close to Islanders' territory. It's easy to gather that this place is meant to remain hidden, as the pirates don't use their ship to get there, but rather a tiny little raft. It rolls along the water much like previous rafts we've seen, while also hosting a steering oar and a full-size Jolly Roger, which almost seems comically large for the tiny vessel it flies over. The Islanders, who probably don't appreciate the pirates' presence here, also have their own means of traveling by sea. One of their standard canoes bearing the elaborate tribal pattern stickers we've become familiar with, but also kitted out with a throne for King Kahuka, who can't seem to travel anywhere without a fancy seat to look down on others from. With a zebra skin drum and a crony in the back to row the boat, he's traveling in style. The fortress itself has its basic defenses, such as battlements and a well-stocked cannon, but also has homier elements, such as a cooking stove and a lantern. The center of the conflict, however, most likely lies with what's hidden inside, as this unassuming bit of fortress wall holds a secret treasure chest stashed deep within, jam-packed with gold coins and even a priceless chalice. The set includes 4 minifigures, the aforementioned King Kahuka and Islander, along with 2 technically set-exclusive pirates. The first is Captain Ironhook once again, who I can now confidently say makes his final classic Pirates appearance here, having evolved from a scrappy 2-legged scoundrel to a 1-legged and blue epaulet-adorned scoundrel. Quite the journey, to be sure. His shipmate is also technically set exclusive, but is made up of common parts we've seen all over the LEGO Pirates catalog. Treasure Chest is a nice, action-packed send-off to the Islanders, and their presence would be sorely missed going forward. And at number 1 is set number 6279, Skull Island. It hadn't been since 1991's Rock Island Refuge that we had seen a proper full-size pirate base, and this one, originally retailing for $53, might just be my favorite of the bunch. Its imposing red and black stonework, combined with the giant skull head right in the center, just screams pirate to me. And the skull rolling open to allow passage into the stronghold is a fantastic touch, even if it can feel a little like you're dialing a rotary phone. The interior is mostly water, but also conceals a nice hidden sniper's perch, and you guessed it, another treasure chest. Pirates, am I right? On the upper floor is what initially looks like a relaxed area where Redbeard can pore over maps and take a drink, but hidden underneath is a sword and a gun, in case things get dicey in a hurry. On top of the base is a fully functional crane that can be used for hauling all sorts of spoils from their conquests, likely being unloaded from their included brown rowboat. But, as you might have guessed, the pirates aren't alone here, as the Imperials also make an appearance on their own rowboat. Of the 6 minifigures included in the set, you get 4 pirates and 2 Imperials, all with familiar faces, with 2 of the pirate crewmen again claiming set-exclusive status on a mere technicality. The only real flaw I can point out with this set is that it would have looked so much better if it were built up on a printed baseplate rather than just plain blue. I loved the look of those 1989 prints, but unfortunately, probably due to costs, we never saw them again after that. With that minor quibble aside, this base may be smaller than Forbidden Island and Rock Island Refuge, but I think it stands alongside them strongly as a fitting finale to this era of LEGO Pirates. But what are your thoughts about this small but mighty year of LEGO Pirates? Let me know in the comments below. Things are going to get very interesting in the final 2 years of this theme, so get subscribed so you don't miss out on those episodes coming very soon. And of course, thank you so much to the Buccaneers of the Brick Guild who keep this channel going. And until next time, I'll be in here.